Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to my live stream. Tonight, we are going to be playing some trivia, and I want to welcome everyone here. It seems like we have a pretty big group of people that have turned out for trivia night, so I'm very appreciative of that. We have some awesome prizes that we're going to be giving away, and I'll get into that in just a moment. This is how the evening's going to flow. I want to show you guys a couple of books that I have. I'm going to do the directions for today because the gameplay is going to be structured a little bit differently tonight. And then I'm actually going to show you guys the books that are going to be given away tonight. And then we are going to start with our first question. So the first thing I want to do is to show you guys a couple of books. These are, I don't sell books all that often, but I have a few books that I'm going to be selling. So if there is anyone out there interested in this stuff, we've got a couple of these Venom books, a 9.4, we've got a second of a 9.8, Wolverine, Old Man Logan, and then lastly, an X-Force 9.4. If anybody is interested in any of those books, send me a message on Instagram. And then I'm also tossing in a couple of these books for any of the Venom purchases. So that was the first thing that I wanted to kind of mention to you guys. And then let me grab the stack of books here that we are going to offer up. All right, so let me see who's all here. 36 of you guys in the room right now. Candy Graham Man here. Dre Von Doom is here for the Bud Light, not for the comics. Harvey is here. Comics with Bueller says he is going to be a big winner. Who else is here? Jason P is in the house. Tony Sanders. Comic Books NYC is in the house. Piano Man is here. Never seen your name before, brother. Welcome to the chat. Tracy is Best is here. See who else is here. JD is in the house. Wingnut Chris is here. Scrolling. Comic Tony is in the house. White Whale Comics made it just in time. It is good to see you. Who else is here? TJ Watson is in the house. How you doing, brother? Randy is here. Scrolling, Dan Bull. We have all the DC books for you, Dan Bull. Bake the Snake is here. Jilly Jill is in the house. DS Comics is here. David Hewing is in the house. There are a lot of you guys here. Hopefully, Uncanny Kyle is in the house. Unruly Simeon is here. Victor is in the house. Mr. Roboto is good to see you. And Marvel Joe. Anybody that spells my name incorrectly is automatically disqualified. It is 1G. That's all I'm saying. It's 1G. It is good to see all of you guys, and I'm glad that you guys were able to make it here to the chat. I have a new setup here in the room, and I'm trying to get my light just right, so I think that I've gotten that accomplished. So here are the rules. Well, first let me say how thankful I am to the family that has so generously donated these books to the comic book community. They enjoy being a part of this comic book community as much as we do. And so the books that are going to be given away tonight are all from the family, all from that collection of 400 comic books that I've had an opportunity to go through twice. And this was the family's way of allowing everyone in the community, if you will, to share in Uncle's comic book collection. And so I want to give a huge shout out to the family for graciously welcoming me into their circle, allowing me to get access to this comic book collection, and certainly for allowing me to be the conduit through which they are choosing to give back to the community. And so I'll show the books in just a moment, but I haven't looked any of these books up, but people have told me that these are some amazing, amazing books, and I hope that you guys will agree. Given the fact that there are 53 people here in the last couple of minutes, I'm going to assume that there is some really good stuff here. So the way that we're going to do this thing, we're going to do it slightly differently than we've done it in the past, and partly that reflects the quality of the books that we have. I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to kind of spread the love out just a little bit more than maybe what we normally do. So the first thing is that this is going to be for US only because I have to ship this stuff. So if you are international, you have my apologies. I don't ship international. I haven't looked into that at all. And so I don't want to promise something that I can't deliver. So this is going to be for the US. We are going to do 7 rounds. And in each round, we will ask a question. The winner of the round will have an opportunity to pick one book from the stack. We're going to go through 7 rounds just like that. One winner, one book. I'm going to take all the winners from the 7 rounds. I'm going to drop them into randomizer. We're going to roll 1 dice. We're going to randomize that list of 7 names. And then however it comes up, people on the list will be allowed to pick one additional book, because the way we always do this is everyone always gets 2 books, right? So the second round will be a randomized round. Whatever order your name comes up as a winner, you get to pick one additional book from the stack. That way you will then have your 2 books. Then the twist is, because we always do 8 rounds, the 8th round, everybody is back in, whether you've won tonight or not. Or if you have not won, everyone is eligible for the very last question of the night. And there will be I think 3 books that are remaining that can be picked, and you can pick 2 in the very last round. So there will be a total of 8 winners. Each winner gets 2 books. So hopefully you guys follow that. All right. Yeah, then we can definitely do that. 4 flashes on comics, we can definitely do that. If the address is in the United States, you are in the game. Let's put it that way. However you get the book from the United States is on you. But I've had some experiences trying to ship fitness equipment to Canada, and it did not work out well. I think the person was in Yellow Jack or Yellow Knife or something like that, and it was crazy expensive. All right, so 7 rounds, 1 winner each round. Winners get to pick 1 book. We randomize the 7 winners. They pick an additional book. We do 1 last final round, all right, where everyone is eligible, all right? So let me show you the books, and I'll show you the numbers. If you are planning to participate, and I'm going to assume that all 68 of you in the room right now are planning to participate, make sure you write down the numbers, and you probably want to write them in your prioritized order, and whoever wins, scratch off, right, the ones, so that you can kind of keep track. The very first book that is up is Amazing Spider-Man 315. This is the early appearance of Hydro Man, I do believe. This is book number 1. And you'll see down in the lower corner, all the books are numbered with a number here. This is Watchmen number 1, and this is book number 2. And I should also say that all of these books appear to be in solid shape. I have not taken them out of the plastic to look at them, but they appear to be in great shape. We have ROM number 1, and this is book number 3. Origin here, this is book number 4. I think it's Origin 1. I have to look. Yeah, part 1. Yep. We have Batgirl number 12. This is book number 5. Really nice Batgirl cover there. We have Catwoman here. This is number 70. This is book number 6. Just a gorgeous cover there. I am a big fan of anything with the color red. We have a little Power Girl action here. This is issue number 18, book 7. We have more Power Girl, number 20. This is book 8. We have a random Amazing Spider-Man book here, number 174. This is book number 9. This is book number 10. This is Deadpool 11. And I will go back over the rules in just a second, because I know there's a couple of questions. So I'll go back over the rules in just 1 second. This is Star Wars number 42. I believe that this is the first appearance of Boba Fett. This is book number 11. Next up, we have ROM number 51. This is book number 12. I believe that this is a glow-in-the-dark Venom, The Enemy Within. This is number 1, book number 13. I think that this is a glow-in-the-dark. This is All New X-Men number 14. I'm sorry, book 14, issue number 4. This is All New X-Men number 1, book number 15. And then the last one that I'm putting out here, well, there's one more, sorry, is Venom License to Kill number 3. This is book number 16. And William says, yes, that is a glow-in-the-dark cover. Someone told me that, and I forgot to turn the lights out and check. So those are the books that will be made available. And then the last book for the very last round is going to be this book right here. This is DC Comics Presents number 26. And again, all of these books are in amazing shape. This last book is the one that will be available for the last and final round of the evening. All right. So the way that the rules are going to work is that it is US only. So if you have a shipping address in the United States, I will ship to that address in the US. So if you live outside the US, right, but have an address inside the US, I will ship to the United States. So if you are in Canada and you have a buddy that I can ship to, I am all about that. We are going to do 7 rounds of trivia questions. So 7 questions. If you answer the question first and correctly, you will have an opportunity to pick one book from the first set of books that I showed you. This one is not yet in the running, right? You will pick one book. All 7 winners will be dropped into the randomizer. We will roll 1 dice. We will then randomize that list. The 7 winners will come up in some order. I'll read the names off, and if you won, you will have an opportunity to pick one additional book from the stack. Then everybody, all winners and non-winners, then will be eligible to answer one last question for the evening. And in that winnings, you will be able to pick this book. My guess is that you'll want this book, and you'll have an opportunity to pick from 2 other books. You will have a total of 2 books. So there will be a total of 8 winners tonight. Each winner will walk away with 2 books. All right. So hopefully that's clear. William, no, who's your daddy is not the question. That was one of the questions from last trivia night, was who's your daddy? All right, who dat? We will show the books one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so as I show these books, write the numbers down, write them in the order of how you would, take the books if you do win. And when I name off the winner and the book is gone, just tick it off. That way we can kind of keep track, right? So there are, I think, a total of, in this stack, 16 books. All the books are marked in the lower corner with a piece of blue tape. So that is book number 1. This is book number 2. We have ROM Space Knight. This is book number 3. We have Origin, book number 4. This is Batgirl, book number 5. Catwoman, book number 6. Power Girl, book number 7. Another Power Girl, book number 8. Amazing Spider-Man, book number 9. Some Deadpool action, number 10. Star Wars, number 42. Book 11. More ROM, book 12. Some glow-in-the-dark action, book number 13. All new X-Men, book number 14. All new X-Men, number 15, or I'm sorry, book 15. And then lastly, another Venom book, number 16. All right, so those are the books. All of these books appear to be in pretty solid shape. I have not gone through them, but just kind of glancing at them. And then again, there's one last final round, and this book will be made available along with a couple of others to pick from. This is DC Comics Presents number 26. Just a really, really gorgeous copy of this book. All right, so there you go. There you go. All right, so hopefully you guys are ready to participate. There are 78 of you in here for this night. This is our biggest trivia night of all. So the way that this is going to work is I am actually going to try to paste into the chat field the question that I am going to be asking. Then I'm going to read off that question as well. The first person that can respond to the question correctly and fully will be the winner of that round. All right, and lag is a real thing, but I am going to go with the very first response that I actually see. All right, Jason P says, I just wanted to get the DC books out of my house. Well done. All right. So here we go. We are about to get started. I hope that you guys are as excited as I am for this night. Let me stop talking and just hit the enter button. The very first question is, what does SHIELD stand for? What does SHIELD? And it is not a Spider-Man question. There you go. I knew you guys would be ready for that. What does SHIELD stand for is the very first question out of the gate. And we have 0 responses so far. These are some really good books, and I tried to make the questions a little bit tougher than before. So we have a couple of answers here, and we do have Jean Paul Peter. You got it. Jean Paul, I think it's Peter. Yeah, something like that. All right, so Jean Paul, what everyone went to Google and did a quick search. I know you did. All right, so Jean Paul, I think I'm saying that correctly, brother. Please let me know which one book you want from the stack that I just showed. You get to pick one book. SHIELD doesn't stand for much. Oh man, that's hard. All right, so Jean Paul, I believe, is going to go with number 3 right off the top. White Whale Comics is super sad because I know that he wanted this. This is the first book that is gone. It is number 3. It is ROM. So if that is on your list, go ahead and cross that off. Jean Paul, I am going to enter your name into this field as well to get ready for the 8th and final round. Comic Books NYC says he didn't bother with Google. Yeah, White Whale, that ROM went right off the top, didn't it? That's crazy. I think there's one more in there. You would think that I would know these books by heart as much as I've been staring at them, but I do not. So I think there's one more that is in there. So for those that are here, remember that these questions are a mixture of a couple of things. They are general comic book knowledge, and then the other part is stuff that I may talk about in a video, whether it be a live feed or in a regular video. So if you watch my videos on a regular basis, you're probably in really good shape, or if you just know your comic book history, you should also be in fairly good shape to respond to all of these questions. And I can tell you that these questions are a little bit tougher than some of the ones that we've done in the past, again, just because of the quality of the book. DS Comics says he thought DS Comics says he thought White Whale would go for Watchmen. No, brother. He takes every ROM book that I get. Seriously. Tattoo book. What tattoo book are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about with that one. All right, so here we go. We are about to drop in the next one. He said he wouldn't hate on that. All right, so hopefully you guys are ready for this next one. This is somewhat of a 3-part question. All right, and I would love to see somebody give me all 3 parts, but if I get 2 parts, I will accept that. Spelling does not count for any of this because I can't spell, but if you get it in there close enough where I can at least know what you're talking about, you will be a winner. All right, so if you are ready, here is the next question, and it is, what is the High Evolutionary's real name? You guys take your time to Google that one. I just talked about this recently. It was an appearance in a Thor book. Oh, there we go. Bake the Snake is in there. Well done, Bake the Snake. Bake the Snake is the winner. He answered. It is Herbert Edgar Wyndham. I can't tell you how much I struggled with that when I was writing that when I was doing that video, because that is not an easy name to say. Herbert Edgar Wyndham. All right, so Bake the Snake, I am entering your name into the random.org to get ready for the last round. All right, so Bake the Snake, he says he's a first-time winner. Yes, sir, you are. And you played quite a few times, I do believe. So Bake the Snake, what book do you want from the stack? Let me know what you're looking for. Bill Maher's nickname for himself. Which one? I think I missed a part of that joke. Bake the Snake is going for the Watchmen book. That is number 2. This is a really nice copy of the Watchmen. Just looking at the cover, this appears to be a really, really nice question. So who dat, brother? Don't give up, because you never know how the lag is going to bounce for you. But that is a really, really nice cover. Each one of these books, I'm gonna be honest, is in pretty solid shape. I've actually been very impressed with the quality of these books. And again, huge shout out to the family for this amazing gesture. So there you go. So that's a very good point. The way that we always do this game is that if you win in the round, we ask that you not guess again, right? So I'm doing it a little bit different. We're going to do 7 rounds. We're going to have 7 different winners. So if you win as part of that, I would ask that you not continue guessing, like don't leave. And I say that because you'll have to pick your second book. And then everyone is back in for the 8th and final round. So winners and non-winners can be back in for the 8th and final round when this book is actually made available to be picked from. All right. So if you win one of the 7 rounds, don't guess anymore in the 7, but get ready for the 8th and final round. All right. So hopefully that was clear. Realm is a Marvel book. What's going on? All right. So we have 2 winners so far. We have Jean Paul and we have Bake the Snake. Those are our 2 winners thus far. All right. So I'm getting the next question ready. And again, these questions come directly from the videos that I've produced as of late, and then they also come from general comic book knowledge. All right. So here is the very next question, and this has been something that has been talked about in several of my videos as of late. The question is, how many comics and trade paperbacks were sold in April of 1993? And I'm looking for an exact number here. An exact number is, you know what? I am going to give, that's tough. So the answer is Black Panther. Black Panther got this one correct. Black Panther. I have to apologize to at least 2 of you that I saw right out the gate. And I knew this was going to happen. In the live stream, I was doing it off the top of my head and I said 43 million. The correct number is 48 million directly from the original video. That is my bad. That is my bad. So the first 2 of you, and I think I know who one of you were. If you guys want to talk to me about that, we can talk about that and I'll make some magic happen, because that was my mistake. All right. So Black Panther is indeed the winner with the 48 million. Black Panther, which book do you want? Don't boo me, DS Comics. Oh man, that's what happens when I go live. You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth. What color were Peter Parker's shoes when he met J. Jonah Jameson? Ooh, brother. I don't think we saw his feet in that issue. Oh man, yeah. And I apologize, guys, because I honestly, when I wrote that question out, I went back to the video and checked, and I immediately knew that I had messed up. I immediately knew. Fake news. It was not. Oh, trick question. He was barefoot. All right. Black Panther. If you said what book you want, brother, I missed it. I'm going to try to scroll back up. No, I don't see it. Oh yeah, he'll take the Star Wars. All right. So there we go. Let's find that book and we will set that one aside. So this Star Wars number 42. And again, this book, the wrap isn't perfect, but the condition of it is pretty darn solid. I got to tell you, the wrap kind of is misaligned down here at the bottom, but it is a pretty nice copy of this book, man. So congratulations on this one. This is an awesome looking book. So I will set that aside. That was, in case you guys are wondering, so far, book 3, book 2, and book 11 have all been taken. All right. All right, so welcome to the other people that have come into the chat. Welcome, welcome. And Black Panther, let me enter your name into the random.org. Black Panther. So So again, if you have won, do not leave, because you will have an opportunity very soon to pick your second book, and then we will get to the main prize here. All right. So we've got that ready. 88 folks. Yeah, 89 folks. So thank you guys for showing up. Bake the Snake says he says for him it was a decision between the Watchmen book and the Star Wars book. Both of those are really solid copies. I think you guys are going to be very happy with those two books. DS Comics says, what I'm saying is that when you have been nowhere near 48 million in any month in the last 5 years. Oh, okay. I think you're talking to somebody else in there, which is cool. All right. Watchmen would have been his first pick. Yep, that's a good book, man. They all are really, really nice books. All right, so here we go with the fourth question. We are pretty much halfway through this thing. And so the next question that I'll be asking is right here. What city was the collection located in? What city was Uncle's collection located in? White Whale Comics out the gate. White Whale is on it. White Whale is on it, and that rhyme, it was not Pittsburgh. I almost said something when somebody just popped in here from Seattle and said hello from Seattle. Almost gave it away. Well, everyone should know that one. I think I've done like 10 videos or 12 videos on my trip to Seattle. So let me write your name in here. White Whale is, what are you, a 3-time winner or something like that? White Whale Comics is going in here. So I've got you plugged in, and he took issue or book number 6. Ooh, that's a nice pick. That is a nice pick. The family, as they provided me with these books, made a joke about what DC stands for. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside for White Whale Comics. Congrats on that. Chris says you snatched it from him. That red cover is gorgeous, man. That red cover is really, really awesome. All right, so there we go. White Whale has just picked it up, and we are essentially halfway through this thing. Pass the ball and let us get a shot. Yeah. Yeah, people are fast, man. You are very welcome, White Whale, and I'm confident that the family will see this video. Trust that. Trust it. They will either, I don't know if, I haven't seen them in here yet, but they may be watching this thing on replay. So they watch just about every single video that I put out, which I think is just, it's really, really gracious of them to do so. So, all right, so we are getting ready. And then after this one, I'll do a quick little maybe recap of some things. All right, and I'll show you guys what is left in the stack. Comics with Bueller says that White Whale must be on fiber optics. Ah, that is awesome. All right, so the very next question. All right, so this is there are two possible answers for this question. I will take either one of these questions or either one of these answers as the correct. And again, if you know both, I'll take both, but I'll take either one as the correct. All right, you guys ready for this? The next question is, who was Marvel's first superhero? Who was Marvel's first superhero? Chris got it right off the top. Well done, Chris. Chris is on fire. Subby, yep, and that was the other answer. So there were basically two answers with that. Let me write Chris's name in here. There were basically two answers with that. It was either the Human Torch or Namor. They were out in Timely / Marvel #1, and it was cover date 1939. So there was someone that posted a comment in my live feed a few videos ago and was like, we should get some Golden Age questions. And so I decided to throw in a Golden Age question, partly because I'm a huge fan of the Human Torch, or I should say the Human Torch. And so I thought this was a really good one. So again, guys, the lag is a real thing, right? The only way that I can make it fair is to pick the first thing that I see on my screen here. there's not much that I can do about that. So hopefully everyone understands that. All right. So there you go. We have Chris as the winner. Chris, what book do you want to? He got number 1. So Chris is going to go with the Amazing Spider-Man number 315. And this book has a little bit of a, where books are stacked, so it's a little rolled here, but I think a little press, a little weight on that thing will definitely help that. This book, again, is in really, really solid shape. So, all right, this is a pretty nice book. Little Venom head there for you. So I will set that one off to the side for you. All right, so let me show you guys what is left in the stack, and then we will continue on with the last couple of rounds. We've got book number 4. We've got book number 5. We've got book number 7. Again, what DC stands for, number 8. Book number 9. Book 10. Book 12. Some glow-in-the-dark action there. 14. 15, and then lastly book number 16. All right, so there you go. That is what's left. We have 2 more people to pick from, and then we're going to go to the final round. So the next one here, let me get this question ready. Yeah, lag is a real thing, trust me, and I didn't realize how real it was until I was actually in the Great Legend show trying to bid on books, and just realized how late sometimes people will see what you type. And I don't honestly know of another way to make it fair, so hopefully you guys kind of get that. And then, one of the other things I want to do is to try to give people an opportunity both to read what the question is, and also hear the question that I'm putting up. So hopefully that helps. Tracy, the screen captures won't help me, right? Because the stuff's already done, right? So at that point, there's not much that can be done, So hopefully everyone gets that. There's a slippery slope with some of this stuff. All right, so here is the next question. Who was Stan Lee's first superhero creation? Who was Stan Lee's first superhero creation? Woo, Simon Comics is on it. I think Simon probably started typing before I finished. that dude was serious about the lag, wasn't he? Oh man, very good. So that was my little tribute to the late great Stan Lee. I read an article the other day that basically said that they now understand what the cause of death was for Stan Lee. Hey Tony, how you doing, brother? They were saying that the cause of death, I think, was he had heart failure and pneumonia. He was aspirating food and other things into his lungs, and so I think that's kind of considered natural causes. So yes, DS Comics, that Mystic number 9 is a really nice cover, man. At some point, I will probably pick that book up because it is really nice. All right, I'll take his number 9. All right, he says he wants number 9. Let's see what that is. All right, so Simon says he'll take number 9. So here we go, The Amazing Spider-Man 174. And again, as I'm looking at this book, you've got a little rub up here in the top, but generally speaking, this book is also in awesome shape. So congratulations for that. I actually don't even have this book in my run. So this is one that I kind of wanted, but again, giving it back to the community. All right. Yeah, that is a solid book. So congratulations, Simon. Hey, Comics with Bueller, brother, thank you for stopping by. Absolutely appreciate the continued support of the channel. And if you guys haven't checked out Comics with Bueller, definitely check him out. He is doing some awesome stuff. Actually had me on his channel a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that. The answer was Destroyer. The answer was Destroyer. And I'll run back through the answers just in case anyone's curious about those things. All right. So the next question here, and I'll wait for everybody to say goodbye to Bueller because I know, all right, maybe you guys are done. Only 2 people like you, Bueller. Only 2 people said goodbye. Nah, Simon, I wouldn't do that, brother. No. I am executing the wishes and the desires of the family, and I will continue to do that, you know? So, no, I would. Thank you, though. That is very kind of you, but no, I will not do that. All right, so then the next question has some ambiguity about the answer. So what I'm willing to do is, hopefully if someone gets the exact answer, that would be great. If you're close to the exact answer, I'll probably take that as well. All right. Tracy's Best says, nah, give it back to the community. That's what I'm doing. Carlos, how you doing? Welcome. DS Comics says, everybody's trying to get on the action now. You guys are awesome. All right, so here is the next question. And the question is, how much did Jim Shooter pay for Spider-Man's black costume? How much did Jim Shooter pay for Spider-Man's black costume? Oh. So the closest answer that I see so far is Candy Graham Man, who I think is a two-time winner. Candy Graham Man, you are indeed a winner, sir. So I had always heard that the number was $200, but there was some information that I saw that said it was as much as $220. So I always heard 200, but there was some confusing information that said 200, but Candy Graham Man, K-Man, very first answer that I saw was 200. And so we are going to rock with that answer of 200. So Simon Comics is in there. And then we also have Candy Graham Man is now in there. Candy Graham Man, let me know which book that you would like, and we will set that aside. He wants the Deadpool book. Didn't see that one coming. All right, so here we go. Deadpool. It is a homage cover there. Really nice homage cover. This book is super, super thick. Maybe it's it's a thick book. Definitely a thick book. Some slight bindery tears on it, but otherwise this book appears, at least from the front cover, to be in really solid shape. So hopefully you are pleased with that. I remember telling about this months ago, but I remember, yeah. DS Comics and I were on a hunt there for a little while when it came to the black costume. He and I were playing around with some really cool stuff. If you guys ever get a chance to check out the Before 252 series that I did, there's some really cool books out there featuring Spider-Man's black costume before he, showed it in 252. So if you get a chance, check those out. All right, so I have entered into random.org the following names. And stay tuned, because we are going to be doing the next round will include this book, so hang around for that. So we have Jean Paul in here, we have Bake the Snake, we have Black Panther, we have White Whale Comics, Chris is in here, Simon's Comics, and Candy Graham Man. So we have a total of 7 names that are in here. I'm not going to show this thing. Well, maybe I can. Let me try to show it. Try to show it to you guys. See if I can do this. So we have 1 dice that we are going to roll. So hopefully you guys can actually see that. All right. So we are going to roll this dice real quick. Roll dice. Oh, no, that's not going to work. We're not going to. All right, I guess we have to follow the rules, right? So it says that I'm going to randomize 1 time. I feel like I just cheated you guys. So, all right, here we go. Those are the names right there. Hopefully you guys can actually see that. Let me push a little bit closer. You can see all the names there. Yeah, I've never seen one roll before, who dat, but it is what it is. So I'm going to click randomize. And then I am going to randomize the list, right? So we go randomize once. There is the list. And now I'm going to, wait a minute, maybe that counts as the 1. Maybe that counts as the 1. I think that counts as the 1, right? Because it randomized it. All right, yep, that is the roll. That's what who dat says, and I think he has more experience than I with this stuff. So let me get the camera turned back around. Hopefully you guys will be able to see me and I will be in my proper position. All right, let me see how that looks. That looks awful. So let me get it set right. All right, is that better? Bear with me here while I get the camera set back up. That's the danger with moving these things. All right, so I think that's pretty close. All right. So there we go. Now let me tell you guys the list of names. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. This is the order that it's gonna go. It is going to go White Whale Comics is first, Candygram Man, Gene Paul, Chris, Simon Comics, Black Panther, and Bake the Snake. So White Whale Comics, tell me what book you want from the stack. White Whale, let me know which ones you want. And again, we have one more round that we're going to be doing where we're going to have one more question and then we're going to be giving this book away. All right, so stay tuned for that because we have one more. White Whale says he wants number 13. Let me find that. Number 13 is this awesome glow in the dark. So I'll charge it up here on my LED light and get it nice charged up for you there. And I'll get this out to you. So I will set that aside. And I think you picked, I can't remember which book you picked. We'll figure it out later. All right, so the next person that gets to pick is Candygram Man. Candygram Man, let me know which one you want. Candygram is next. Oh, you got the Catwoman. All right, so I'll pair that up. Thank you, brother. Candygram Man, let me know the next book. He says he wants the origin book. So there you go. That is the origin book. And I will set that aside for you, Candygram Man. What was your other book? I can't remember. I'll have to maybe go back to watch the video. I forgot to actually write it down. So let me know, Candygram Man, what your other book was. So White Whale has 13 and 6. 6 and 13. Oh, you got the Deadpool. So Candygram Man has the 10 and 4. 10 and 4. So I have those set aside for you, brother. All right, so let me see. The next person is Gene Paul. So here are the remaining books. Here are the remaining books. There's a nice little stack of books left. A couple of X-Men books here. And then one more Venom book. So Gene Paul, you are next. So Gene Paul, let me know which book you like. He wants the Batgirl book. Wait a minute, is there a Batgirl? Oh, the Batgirl. Where is that one? And what, Gene Paul, what was your other book again, brother? Let me know what your other book was. So you have 5, and then what was your other book? Was it Rom? I think it was Rom. So it was number 1. Nope, number 3. Number 3. Yep, there we go. All right. So next up, we are going to Chris. Chris, let me know which book you want. Chris, let me know. So we have a couple of more books left. So Chris, just let me know which one you want to go with, brother. Chris wants number 8. Number 8 is here. And Chris, what was your other book so I can write that down? We have number 8 up right now. Did you get the Watchmen book? No, you were further down than that. You got the Amazing Spider-Man book, I think. I think that was yours. Chris, let me know. Yep, he got the other one. So you have 1 and 8. Both of those are really, really solid books. So I will set those aside for you. So we have 3 more winners. Next up to pick a book is Simon Comics. Simon Comics, let me know what you want to go with. AF-15, that is not in the trivia. Simon Comics, you were up, brother. Simon got the question of who was Stan Lee's first superhero creation, and of course it was the Destroyer from Mystic 9, I do believe. So Simon Comics, the X-Men book with the red cover, he says, which I think is this one, number 4. I think that's the one that you want, and you got the Spider-Man book, yeah? Those are yours? My original book was a Spider-Man book. All right, so you have number 9 and 14, Simon. Congratulations on that. And so we have 2 winners left. Next up is Black Panther. Black Panther. Yep, everyone in the room is eligible for the final question, and there should be 3 books available for the final question, including this book right here. All right. So this book right here plus 2 other books will be available, and you will be able to pick 2 books from that. So we are not done, Carlos. So Black Panther, you have to pick 1 additional book. Hopefully he's here. Black Panther, go ahead and pick your last book. Yep, I got it all, Tracy. I have not forgotten, my friend. Black Panther says he'll take the other Venom book, which is this one right here. And I think, Black Panther, what was your other book? What was your first book? You went with 16. And Black Panther, what was your other book? I can't remember what your first book was. Maybe it was it the Star Wars? Star Wars, there you go. Number 11. So you have 16 and number 11. And then the last book, or the last person to pick, is going to be Bake the Snake. Bake the Snake, let me know which book you want. These are the remaining books to pick from, and we will combine that with your Watchmen book. This is what's left, so let me know which one you want to go with. We have 15, 12, and 7. And then he says he wants the ROM. All right, so Bake the Snake, he has picked number 12. And number 2. Congratulations to you. All right. So the questions, I'm going to run through these questions real quick. It was, what does SHIELD stand for? Supreme Headquarters, International Espionage Law Enforcement Division. What was the High Evolutionary's real name? Herbert Edgar Wyndham. How many comics and trade paperbacks were sold in 1993? It was 48 million. What city was Uncle's collection in? Seattle. Who was Marvel's first superhero? It was either the Human Torch or Namor. Who was Stan Lee's first superhero creation? It was the Destroyer. And then how much did Jim Shooter pay for Spider-Man's black costume? He actually purchased the costume from a fan, basically, somewhere between $200 and $220 is what Jim Shooter paid for the black costume. All right, so for the very last round, there are 3 books that are going to be available. And again, these books are available to everyone. If you won in round 1 through 7, you were eligible to win again. And anyone else that did not win is still eligible to win. These are the 3 books that are left to be picked from. We will have 1 additional question, and the winner gets to select from these 3 books. You get to select 2 books from the stack of 3. All right. So with this last question, it is a 2-part question. Spelling does not matter, but you have to be close. I have to be able to know what the heck they're talking about, and you need both parts. You need both parts. Tracy says, because DC sucks, do I win? Oh, that's hard. That's hard. All right. So here we go. Here is the very last question. All right. Let me get it ready because I want to paste it into the field, and then you guys can actually answer it as you see fit. So here we go. We are about to drop the question in. So the question is, the very last question of the night is, who were the creators of Superman? Who were the creators of Superman? Who that was a good try. That was a good try. There we go. I missed it. It was so fast. 4-Way Flashers. 4-Way Flashers has gotten it. 4-Way Flashers, you are the winner. 4-Way Flashers, please let me know which 2 books you want from the stack. Let me know which 2 books you want from the stack, and those books will be yours. And I think he's our Canadian friend who was very concerned that he wouldn't be able to win. All right, so four-way flasher, please let me know which two books you want. We have the Superman book, which I'm guessing you'll take, and then the X-Men book. So there we go. Those are his two books. He just made his pick. He picked Superman and the X-Men book number 15 that I just picked up not that long ago. All right, so if you were one of the 8 winners tonight, I need you to send me an email. The sooner the better, because it will allow me to get these books mailed out in a timely fashion. I need you to send me an email to Regie Collects, R-E-G-I-E, collects with an S, at Gmail, regiecollects@gmail.com. Send me an email with your name, the 2 books that you won, and your full mailing address. And also your real name and your screen name, because they may not be the same, right? So I need to know your name, real name, screen name, the 2 books you selected, and your address. Put that together, send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, and I will get these books mailed out. I am sending everything out via priority mail and Gemini shippers, hopefully within the next day or so. It depends on how quickly you guys can actually get me your information, because I like to send everything out at once. So the last thing that I want to do is to show you guys a couple of books that I actually have for sale. If there is any interest in these books, if you drop me a message on Instagram or if you drop me an email, we can talk. Let me know what your thoughts are on these books. What I've been doing is I've been looking at the last 3 sales for these books on Go Collect, and I've been taking basically an average of the last 3 sales, and then I've been kind of taking a couple of bucks off to make it fair, because the whole thing is I'm just trying to move the books. I'm not trying to get rich, right? So I've been trying to take an average of the last 3 sales from Go Collect for the grade, in an effort to move the books along. And then if you pick up one of those Venom books, the Lethal Protectors, I will throw in one of these additional books as part of it. Both of these are really cool, in great shape. This is Venom 164. This is the variant edition of that book. And then there's also this. So I'm not a big fan of talking price, but if you send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com, we can talk there. Or if you send me a message, a direct message on Instagram, we can have a quick conversation. What I'm doing is taking the average of the last 3 sales on Go Collect, taking a couple of bucks off of that. The book will cost whatever that average is. I'll maybe throw in an extra book for you, plus 13 bucks for shipping. Let's have a conversation and see what we can do. My goal is to move the books along, not to get rich, right? So let's have a conversation. Reggie said I was the first brother. Just drop me a message. Oh, I have not been paying attention to the chat, so I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Thank you, Comic Tony. I'm glad that you enjoyed the show. Drop me a message, guys, and we will definitely have a conversation about any of these books. Yeah, so there's definitely a lag with any of this stuff. The best that I can do, honestly, is I can only award it to the person that I see here on screen. You know what I'm saying? And I know lag is a real thing, and there's not much that I can do about that. I definitely apologize for it, but hopefully everyone understands that that some of this stuff is just out of my control. Again, right? We're giving away free books. You know what I'm saying? And we do this fairly often. I think I've given away probably 60 to 70 books so far. So hopefully you guys can just appreciate this for what it is. Because on this channel, we try to be positive. We try to have fun, and we focus on the things that we can control. And lag, unfortunately, is not one of them. So hopefully you guys get that. All right. So if you guys are interested in picking up any of these books, definitely drop me a message. Let's have a conversation. I can certainly ship these out in a timely fashion. To all the winners, I see my phone flashing over here, so I know you guys are sending me emails with the books with your information, so I can get these books shipped out. And you have my promise that I will make some magic happen. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to hang out for trivia night. I have a week's or so worth of content coming up. We have some videos that are going to be released Monday through Thursday of this week, always at 3:30 Pacific time. So I'm hopeful that you guys can actually check those videos out when they drop. And as always, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. Hopefully you had fun on this live stream for Trivia Night. We will be back because I have a huge stack of books that have been donated by other YouTubers that I'll be giving away on future Trivia Nights. All right. So there you go. Thank you, Tony. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. And we're going to finish things out on a little Power Girl action there. Take care, guys.